I thought they competed. Didn't think it was our best day from a tempo standpoint. Thought we could have moved a little bit faster. Saw some good things, saw some flashes, some guys flashes, but still a couple of critical mistakes that we got to get cleaned up. Was encouraged by what I saw in the red zone. Able to get the ball in the end zone a couple times, and also, didn't lose yards so we can kick and secure the points in the red zone. So overall, got to see the film to get a true evaluation. But just the big thing that sticks out is we turned the ball over and we didn't play as fast as we've been doing all camp.
Who's looking the strongest in running backs on those 3rd and 1 goal line situations?
Obviously Wayne. Wayne's up to about 213 pounds, and he's running low, running hard. Terry Allen and Diamond Adams, their assistance has really helped with him. C.J. Davison and C.J. Fuller are both running tough. Choice looks good when he gets in there. Not quite back to top form yet, but he's pushing. And obviously Zach was out today, so we didn't get to see much of him.
Still a heel with Zach, or is he having something else?
He's just nursing the heel, and then got a little bit of a sore shoulder. So just trying to make sure that we're smart with him as well.
Are the ball security issues becoming a concern 2 weeks into camp?
You're always concerned about ball security, and we've learned that in the past sometimes it comes in seasons. The big thing today was we put one ball on the ground with the backs. Choice did put one on the ground, and the other one, it was a great play by the defense. They jumped her out, and then the other two were tip balls. And anytime you tip the ball up in the air from the receiver position, then as like we say, tips or picks. So obviously, things that can all be corrected, but yeah, a little bit of a concern. But they'll focus back in. Obviously, it's camp. They're tired and just didn't have the complete mental focus they needed today.
What's the number of receivers you could see getting more than just a couple reps?
I think legitimately we got 8 guys in that room that have had a good camp that you can travel and play from Mike Williams, Sharon Peak, all the way down to Hunter Renfro. He's earned the respect of his teammates, his quarterbacks. And so there's 8 guys in that group that I could see getting significant snaps.
How do you divvy up those snaps?
It'll be up to Coach Scott and how he grades them coming out of camp. And again, if a guy is worthy of 20 snaps, then he'll play 20 snaps. If it's a 50-50 split, then they'll try to get 50% of the snaps apiece. And it really just depends on how Coach Scott sees it. But from my perspective, I see the 8 guys worthy of splitting time, which is what we need, quality depth. In order for us to play fast, those guys got to do a lot of running. You're going to have guys that can spell guys, because again, we want to throw the ball down the field, and those guys are going to have to run down the field. And if you can get another fresh guy in on a DB over the course of a game, it wears them down.
How was the offensive line today?
It looked pretty good. There were a couple opportunities to get better. Overall, we ran the ball decent. We did pop out a couple big plays. Looked like there was some movement there, and again, the credit to Brent, they do a great job of changing their front and stemming and moving around, and so those holes are initially pretty big, but by the time the back gets there, they shrink pretty quickly. But overall, just pleased with their progress. I mean, they're seeing a lot. They're going against some great competition. Not as many sacks as we've had out here in the past in the scrimmage situation, but still some opportunities to get better. Quarterbacks, obviously with Deshaun being in a purple jersey, there was probably some plays that he could have extended, which makes him special, but you got to blow the whistle. I thought Kelly did some positive things today, still pressing Nick to continue to push and be that guy that he was in the spring. And, he's not far from that, but he has some opportunities to grow. So overall, pleased. And again, we're in the middle of camp. There's the entire playbook available to him, and as we get into a game, we'll trim that down, and then that's going to help with tempo. That's going to help with just being able to know exactly what our assignments are. But overall, they're managing the game, pretty decent. Just today, and everybody's at fault, not just the quarterbacks, running backs, offensive line, tight ends, receivers, head coaches, myself. Driving that tempo wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Only been a couple days, but how's Mike Williams' hamstring been doing?
They had him running around at practice. He's moving around, and again, we know what Mike's capable of, and we want to be smart. But he's pushing, and I anticipate that he'll be back pretty soon.
Your evaluation of Sharon Peak overall at camp so far?
Overall, just proud of the young man to come back, and he's been here for a long time, and he could easily have kind of pulled the vet card, but he's been working. He's been trying to lead those young guys, and he's playing multiple spots for us. He's making plays. He had a big play today, and then he had another big play that got called back because we had a protection issue. So, good to see him being able to play multiple spots, giving us some versatility, and again, that's going to be positive as we go down the stretch.
Any lack of explosiveness from Deshaun with that knee? Does he You know, because he's in the purple and he can't be hit. When he actually has to get away from somebody to avoid a hit, are you concerned at all about that?
You know, I haven't noticed it because then again, there's been some times where he's taken off and you're like, wow, you know, that looks like the Sean we know. But then there's sometimes too the whistle's blown quick, so you don't get an opportunity for you to see him make those cuts and be explosive. But I don't anticipate any issues there. He looks good. He's moving around well. But again, he's in that purple jersey, so you know we don't allow him to get touched.
Anything else, Tony?